What is up, Fight World? Is your man Johnny, and we got Adrian. We got Jersey's finest, Adrian. Say what's up to the people.
What's up, everybody? Happy
All
to
right,
be
we got a
here.
special host, man. We got my main Dwayne. Used to be a training partner of mine back in the day. Goes by the MMA ticket. Dwayne, introduce yourself to the people.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
All
Here
right, what's
from the MMA ticket.
yes, sir, yes, sir. All right, so really quickly, Max Holloway pulls out injury out of UFC 272. What do you guys think about that? Let's
You want you?
let's
I'll
start with the MMA ticket.
Oh,
go
okay,
ahead.
okay, I'll take it. Man, I mean, no matter what, that's breaking news to anybody. I mean, Max is not the type of guy who's gonna pull out of any fight. I mean, Max is a dog. You throw him in there with anybody. He's willing to take these fights with anybody too. I mean, his last fight against Yair Rodriguez, that's a dangerous like contender, like up and comer, no matter what. I mean, Yair, he's number 3 in the rankings, no matter what. And that was just such a good fight. His fight before that with Calvin Cater, he broke like the strikes landed record and everything on that fight. It's man, like Holloway's really come into his own since he's lost to Volkanovski, and that's
He
that
lost
kind of
both
just shows the
fights.
evolution of it, you know.
All right,
Yeah,
Adrian, give me your thoughts on that.
I mean, I'm almost positive if you listen to the podcast we had yesterday, I said that he would probably pull out. And I said it was in reference to Dustin Poirier and Nate Diaz. I said the only way they're going to be fighting soon is if a main event gets pulled. So I kind of predicted it yesterday. I didn't like the fight to begin with. I had Volkanovski winning both fights. So to watch the fight a third time, for me, I'm good. I'd rather see him fight someone else. As far as contenders, Triple C, people have been mentioning his name. I don't know if he's in USADA protocol. Nate, Dwayne, do you know? Do you have any info on that? I don't know if he's in USADA protocols. I don't know if he's. I think it's 6 months now, or 4 to 6 months, whatever.
Yeah,
I wouldn't. I would love to see. I'm going to say some names. I don't want people to go crazy on me, but Korean Zombie,
yeah.
Josh Emmett, and honestly Bruce Leroy. I'm cool with any of those 3 guys getting a title shot, like stepping in. I'm not saying they earned it, because obviously we have. I mean, we have Giga versus Qatar. They're fighting next week. If I did put in the group chat, if Giga comes out the fight flawless, like no injuries, if he's willing to run it, take another fight on another, within short notice, he will deserve the title shot more than anybody, in my opinion.
What do you think about that, Dwayne?
I mean, yeah, for sure. When you look at the rankings, I mean, it's like number 1 is Max, number 2 is Ortega. He already fought Ortega coming off that.
Yeah.
And as you said about Max, it's kind of like I feel Max has deserved this third one, but I don't think really anybody at the end of the day really cares to see trilogies when you already know who won the first 2.
Well, it is debatable. I mean, yesterday, I know we had a
Yeah,
little argument in my chat that a bunch of people. Apparently, I was like one out of everyone in the group chat that thought Volkanovski won the second fight, and then I provided stats. I'm like, yo, I don't think the second fight was that close. I think best case Max won 2 rounds. Best case.
yeah.
And I was rooting for Max. I just think Volkanovski's. It's just a bad matchup for him.
Yeah,
So
if you want to know who I think could be good to just step in wise, because Max is out. I think Yair Rodriguez.
he's out. He's injured.
Yair, sorry.
Yeah.
But either way, I mean Korean Zombie. He's top 5.
Throw him in there. I mean,
Yeah,
like I said, if you
got
have
nothing to lose,
Korean
man.
Zombie, if he's willing to go in, that's fine. Bruce Leroy's been in the UFC for like what 10, 15 years now.
Yeah, like 10 years. Yeah,
And he's on a little win streak, and he's doing well. See, boxing doesn't have this where people step in last minute.
My God, you're always throwing shit at boxing. You know that?
No,
You'll
just
find out that he
listen.
does this often.
When people come in last minute, like Isaac Cruz, right? Listen, he made a name for himself because he stepped up. And honestly, I thought that fight was a lot closer than a lot of people, said, or a lot of the reviews. I mean, some people even had him winning Isaac's Cruz. So, but it's really rare in boxing, whereas in MMA, hey, next guy's up, next, So, and the good thing is, I know Volkanovski's always mentioned he kind of just wants some new blood. Like, it's really, listen, rematch is tough, but to fight someone you already beat twice,
For sure.
It's rough.
So really quickly, guys. So now we got Derrick Lewis just announced right now. Derrick Lewis versus, I hope I don't butcher this guy's name, Tuivasa. Is that how you say the guy's name?
Yeah, you're pretty good. Tuivasa. Bam, bam.
So that's in works for UFC 271 in Houston. How do you guys feel about that?
Dwayne, you could go first.
Okay, thank you. I actually I think like 2 weeks ago, I actually was mentioning this fight when somebody asked about John Jones, and I was like, man, like at the end of the day, if John doesn't fight Stipe, I mean, to me it doesn't matter, but like a fight that I do want to see in the heavyweight division with two guys that are, I think, equally matched almost. I think Tuivasa might be a little bit more well-rounded as far as throwing kicks, and maybe his striking with his hands is he's got a little bit more of an arsenal. But I mean, like, this is an exciting fight. Like, these are two guys that I think everybody's a fan favorite of,
I love Derrick Lewis. I was telling Adrian and Judy the other day. I don't know if you're really big on boxing, Dwayne, but Derrick Lewis. Do you know who Deontay Wilder is in boxing?
No, I don't pay attention to boxing.
No, you don't pay attention to boxing.
Damn.
You should probably keep it that way, bro, because boxing.
I'm the MMA guy.
So Dwayne, you're the MMA guy. You know what's crazy to me? Derrick Lewis was just on MMA Hour with Ariel. Bro, Everything he said was cap. He said he doesn't want to fight in Houston, and this fight's in Houston. He said he doesn't want to. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be a main event, but like he said he wants Stipe next. Ju and I were talking about it. Julius, he just joined. Bro, we spent like 10 minutes talking about it, and this guy's just going to fight another brawler. So I don't know. The thing is,
do you know
real quick, Julius. The thing with Derrick Lewis, and I've said this for a while, he's one of the least skilled guys in the UFC. He's definitely the least skilled, a ranked guy, like the top ranked. How he's in the, even sniffing title shots at his skill level is crazy to me.
It's that knockout record.
Yeah. So you know what? Listen, this fight, I think it's a lose for Derrick Lewis. I think if he was patient, he could have got the Stipe fight, or the John Jones fight. Honestly, he could have got either or. But I mean, I know it's months from now. Maybe he wanted to fight again. His post-fight interview. I can't get Derrick Lewis unless I think I mentioned in the chat he's either like a great troll or just a dumbass. And I don't think he's a dumb guy. He's actually pretty smart with his investments too. So
I don't think
Julius, take it away.
I don't think this is a lose-lose as long as he fights again in the summer. I mean, he's staying busy, and this is not boxing like we said. You know what I mean? These guys are going to stay active. So if Derrick Lewis will probably knock dude out for the first round. Honestly,
I think the first guy that lands probably wins.
And
real quick, Papi Dios, what's up, Papi Dios? He gave me some love in the chat.
Yeah, they love Adrian on here.
They love
no,
Adrian.
but Julius, the thing is, Derrick Lewis, who's more skilled? I'll pass it by Julius, and we have another MMA guy, Dwayne. Who's the more skilled guy, technique-wise, between Lewis and Ty?
Yeah, Ty's probably a little bit more skilled.
I would say Ty.
Yeah.
So what tends to land? What tends to land in these like brawl fights? The straight strikes are the looping shit that Derrick Lewis throws.
Experience.
I mean,
they're both experienced. They're both pretty experienced.
It does. This is what just makes this honestly just like a good fight in general, is because we kind of both, or we all know, kind of both what these guys are gonna bring into this fight. I hope it's not another stalemate. I hope it's not another.
No. There's no way this is gonna. This isn't gonna be. Ty is not backing down from anyone.
If Ty loses, it's because he went out on his own. I think he's going to try and chase down Lewis a little bit, like how he did in his last fight against Augusto Sakai.
Yeah.
And I mean, that was crazy fight too. But man,
Yo, this is
I
gonna
love
be a
Bam Bam.
fireworks fight. Like these guys, I'm looking at Ty's record right now: 13 wins, 12 by knockout. But damn, these guys can throw some bombs.
Yeah.
So
100%. It's definitely gonna be one of the more exciting fights.
I don't think
and Derrick Lewis is always in an exciting fight. When is he not outside the Francis fight? He's probably one of the most entertaining guys in all of the fight game.
Mm-hmm.
I got Derrick Lewis second round knockout. That's my prediction.
Say it again.
I got Derrick Lewis second round knockout.
Yeah, we can't hear you, bro.
I hear him. Second round knockout, Derrick Lewis.
Yeah.
Second round knockout.
Everybody can hear me, but you, Johnny, or?
Oh, okay. Oh, no, I hear you. It just sounds like you're like in a fishbowl or something. Sound very far away.
No, I got Derrick Lewis by knockout.
Oh, okay.
And that fight's coming up, man. It's like not even 6 weeks away.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's official. You're talking about the Ty and Lewis fight?
Yeah, it's official. It is official. Yeah.
It is official. Okay, because the last I heard, it said that it was in the works. So
it's on. It's signed. Yeah.
Okay, it's signed, sealed, and delivered. When is it?
I think it's February something. Let me check real quick.
Okay. Because I'm looking right now. All I see is in the works. But usually in the works is AKA that it's 100% official. See, everything I see is targeted for UFC 271.
It's official February 12th in Houston, H-Town.
Okay, yeah, I see it.
That's his hometown.
Yep,
that's his hometown. So we'll see. He said he would never fight in Houston again. So, I don't know. I mean, you can't hate on him. I mean, listen, he gets paid well too. If you look at what he gets paid in comparison to other fighters, he's one of the top paid guys. But listen, he's got the most knockouts in the UFC, so they got to pay him.
Yep, got to. And really quickly, Dwayne, break that fight down for me. How does it go?
Listen, I think at the end of the day, they're going to kind of chess play each other a little bit. I think just a few shots are going to be thrown in the first here. I think they're going to feel each other out, honestly. But honestly, I'm going to go with the opposite of him, and I'm going to say Tai Tuivasa is going to get a second round TKO.
TKO for Ty and a second round TKO for Derrick. Adrian, how do you got it going?
If it's a 3-round fight, yet again, this fight's super close because both guys are similar styles.
Hold on. Isn't it a 3-round fight or is this a main event?
It doesn't say main event.
Well, Derrick Lewis said that he's not doing no more 5-rounders.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that's cap. He also said he wouldn't. He wants Stipe next, and he said he will never fight in Houston again. And so that's
Adrian's pissed off that it's not Stipe. He said he wants the Stipe fight.
Yeah. You know what? Like I said, it's going to be a close fight. I think Derrick Lewis's speed is the difference. I think he wins the fight.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I don't.
Hold on. Derrick Lewis speed?
I think he's got the speed difference against Ty. Yeah, I think it's going to make a big difference.
I think both guys are about the same, bro.
He does have the speed and like that straight shot advantage because he doesn't want to throw so much of the Ty does kind of have the looping action going on.
So Johnny, the way I explain it is like this: Derrick Lewis, first off, he's a brother from America. Mm-hmm. He has athleticism that Ty in his best day can't even come close to it.
Okay.
Bro, you got Derrick Lewis didn't he throw like the Karate Kid kick in one of the fights?
Yeah.
He threw some crazy dragon kick.
He would no longer ever throw a kick again after what's his name broke his foot. I can't
Are you thinking of Charles Barnett?
I can't think about
Yeah. Oh, what's his name? No, the guy that
beat Silva first. Chris Weidman.
Chris Weidman
broke his foot. He tweeted. He said, "I'm never throwing a leg kick again."
No, nothing. He said serious.
Yeah, we can't. But listen,
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Without shin pads, I'm scared to throw kicks.
Dude, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Seriously.
Especially using Muay Thai.
Yeah, you imagine in a street fight, your leg break. Oof. Goodness gracious. Jesus. You aim for the guy's thigh, and he brings up his knee, and that shit just cracks right then and there in front of everybody. You get worse hard. Goodness gracious.
But so Johnny, just to get back to the topic, Derrick Lewis is the way better athlete. I think he's faster. I think he's got a little bit more power. I think Ty is the slightly more technical. Mm-hmm. And both guys are dogs. Both guys got chins. Both guys can take shots.
Okay.
I think, and neither guy is a good wrestler or can wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the difference. I think the difference will be athleticism. And Dwayne hit on the point when he like jumps in and throws the straight strikes that usually knocks people out. It's quick, man, and I don't think Ty's got the speed to keep up with him.
Mm-hmm.
So,
like one example of what
your sound cut
Derrick
out.
Lewis versus Curtis Blades. When Curtis for that, and he caught him with that.
Repeat that again, Dwayne, because you cut out.
Sorry about that. What he was saying, a good example of that would be Derrick Lewis versus Curtis Blades. When Curtis Blades went in for that take, and he just got him with that uppercut like right away. It's like a precision speed rather than he's really fast speed. And I mean, either way,
timing.
Yeah, his timing was excellent on that. But he definitely has that athleticism. He probably played football growing up because he's got that speed like inside. He has it. So, and yet again, as I said, he's American. So, typically these Americans are a little bit more athletic than these dudes from New Zealand or Australia.
Mm-hmm. Yo, so I'm just reading this right now. I don't know if you guys read this, but apparently Henry Cejudo is the one that leads the charge to replace Max Holloway against
Yeah, he's been retired, but then I did read that in October last year he did jump back in the USADA pool. Yeah. But he's small, man. He's tiny. Like I think Volkanovski is way bigger.
You got Henry?
How could you bet against Henry?
To
be honest with you.
That'd be a good. Okay. So since that's something that's a highly possibility. So let's break that
Drew
fight
missed
down.
the fight. Wait, first and foremost, Drew, you missed earlier. We both spoke about this topic. I would like Korean Zombie, Josh Emmett, or Bruce Leroy to step in. Only because Ortega only fights once every 2 years, so whatever. And he just got his face beaten. But Yair's injured, and then Giga's got a fight with Qatar next week. So,
but he said that he's willing to. He said he's willing to jump in for the fight.
Who? I'm sorry. Who'd you say?
How you say his name?
Yeah, well, Giga's got a fight Saturday, bro. Like,
Giga
if he wins with no injuries, you have to give him the title shot. If he wants it. If he wins with no injuries. I said it, did I say it in the other podcast? Giga, he's the best guy in that weight class for me. For me.
All right.
I think Henry Cejudo,
Go ahead, KP. Go ahead.
My honest opinion, I think Henry Cejudo is probably one of the most underrated MMA fighters ever. I don't think that Henry gets the credit he deserves. I think people overlook just the trolling stuff, but that man can fight. And you can't really look at his size, bro. He's so fast, explosive, and strong, and his wrestling pedigree is just at a different level than these other guys, bro. And he has punching power in both his hands. I don't know, bro. I think he's one of the most underrated MMA fighters ever. The way he stopped DJ.
I think we lost Adrian.
The rematch versus DJ. The rematch that he had versus Demetrius, it was a close fight. Whether you thought whoever won, it was a great fight. And Henry showed a lot of improvement. You know what I mean? So, and I think Mighty Mouse is honestly one of the GOATs. You have to give Mighty Mouse credit.
Well, Henry, first off, I love Triple C. I think he actually started listening to Chael, started, actually working on personality and building up fights. That second Mighty Mouse fight, the rematch, he didn't win that fight. Let's just be real, okay? Dwayne, how do you stand? Second, Cejudo, Mighty Mouse 2. How did you score?
I'll be the one to break this. To be honest, I think Henry.
Okay, you thought Henry won the second fight?
Well, sorry. I'm talking about who's gonna take this fight coming up.
No. Let's just break down. Let's break down Triple C because first off, he's never fought in that weight class. But did you think he won the second fight against Mighty Mouse? We're just gonna go over his resume real fast.
No.
Okay. So then, what's his best win then?
Really?
Killishaw off the injury. Killishaw with PEDs.
I guess you can't really throw Cruz in there.
I'm not. That's not his. What's his best win? His best win is TJ Killishaw coming off of and he was on steroids.
So that
Dominic
made
Cruz. But
TJ was loaded up on roids. I mean, he was super dangerous, bro.
No, but what I'm saying is, okay, his best win is beating TJ Dillashaw, which that's a good win. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that's not a great win, but for you to, there's no real bit. It's a really tough sell to think that he's going to beat Volkanovski, who's just one of the most dominant champions in the UFC. Based on what? What has Triple C done? You don't get better by sitting. He hasn't fought in a long time, bro.
No,
I think Henry is too small for Volkanovski, I guess, but at the same time, like the reason for him beating Dillashaw did cut down to 125. He looked terrible at the end of the day. So despite him being on EPO or whatever, it's like it just, to me, Dillashaw just looked like a lifeless soul out there,
Yeah, listen, Julius, I don't get me wrong, and I love Triple C. I think Triple C is an excellent fighter. I just think Volkanovski's just he's too big, too strong, too fast. It's a tough matchup, man.
Listen, every time I call made underdog to win, they usually win, and I never freaking bet online. I'm always bad after. Nobody thought that Amanda Nunes was gonna lose, and I told everybody Amanda was gonna lose. I told y'all, and everybody didn't believe me. I got Henry beating both. I got him. I'm going with him.
Okay, listen, he's gonna be a huge dog. So and honestly, I'll send you I sent a picture in our group chat, bro. Henry Cejudo does not look good. He's got a belly.
Yeah.
He looks soft. So I don't know. I mean, listen, if he signed the long-term,
You sent it right now?
I sent it like an hour ago.
Henry
anyway,
has the crazy confidence.
Yeah, in our group chat. But here's the thing too. So Dwayne, you said you're an MMA guy, so I'm just hoping that you follow it super closely.
Yeah.
Dana White is not giving Triple C a title shot.
No.
After all the shit he pulled?
No.
Yeah, that's the picture, bro. He looks
He looks terrible.
Yeah. Listen, Julius is
I think
confident.
that picture's old.
I wish he would bet me. No, that picture that's the latest picture. I think that was like the most latest picture that's recently posted. But listen, he's a little.
I just seen a picture.
Would you? I think we lost.
You cut out.
I don't know. I just seen a picture of him and John Jones, and he looks different, bro.
But he had a shirt on.
Yeah, he had Under Armour or something.
Yeah, he had the Under Armour shirt.
That was sucking it in for him.
Any way you look at it, they're definitely gonna throw in another fight, or they may just if the UFC can't lowball one of these guys, because the UFC's cheap when it comes to these things. Unless you're a name, they're gonna just lowball any of these last minute replacement guys. And Triple C wants to get paid, so he ain't stepping in. There's a reason why he retired, because he wanted a bigger contract. So
yeah, he wanted more money, and I don't think Dana wasn't up for giving him no money fights. So
yeah, but you know what? At the end of the day, whoever they choose, I think the UFC, what they want to do now, they're probably gonna put that fight to the shelf, like just put it down somewhere, and then Nate Diaz versus Dustin Poirier headlines that pay-per-view. Boom.
Yeah.
How it should have been.
That makes sense.
Now, really quickly, check this out. You see what? So what's up with Gregor and Tony Ferguson? Bro? He says,
Gregor Gillespie.
Yeah, he says I beat the shit out of Mike Chandler in college, and I will fuck you up in wrestling too. What do you guys think about that? He went bananas on him.
Dwayne, you go first. You're the new guy.
Yeah, I mean, Gregor Gillespie does have a pretty good wrestling pedigree. I mean, like, I'm actually surprised that Kevin Lee really put him away like that. That was pretty bad. But I mean, other than that, I think Gregor Gillespie takes it. I think Tony Ferguson, at the end of the day, he's washed.
Yeah, I was just about to say, bro, Tony Ferguson, washed.
You think so? You think he's washed?
Bro, he's washed. I would love to see Tony. Honestly, if I was matchmaker, I would love to see Tony Ferguson versus McGregor during the summer when he gets back. I would love it. It would be the build up to the fight.
In the corner.
Yo, how do you guys think?
please.
How do you guys think Tony would have done against Khabib? Because wasn't that a fight that was supposed to be made?
Gets killed.
Habib does the same thing to everybody, so it doesn't matter.
That's true.
Do you guys? The question is,
I heard from a guy.
the question is though, do you really think after what Habib did to McGregor, do you think that Tony would have any sort of a better shot than McGregor did?
I think he would have done a little bit better.
No,
he would have definitely did better than Conor. And Conor, hold on. Conor did pretty decent versus Khabib, and Tony is a better wrestler than Conor. Tony throws a lot of elbows from the bottom, and that was really what was going to be a difference in that fight. Is Khabib probably would have got cut. Tony lost his last couple of fights to elite strikers, better boxers than him. People mean like Khabib is not a great striker, so I don't know. I think that fight would have been a lot more competitive. I don't think that he was just going to run over him.
Who hasn't? Khabib
the problem with that when he fought Conor, I feel like Conor was just like drinking.
And Conor was drunk and on cocaine.
His cardio just failed him.
Conor did have
the first
good.
round when Conor was fresh. Khabib had a super hard time taking him down. And I remember there was
in the third, was it the third round?
And Conor was defending well.
I think he won the third round.
Yeah, he did.
Conor won
He
the
did.
round.
McGregor was like one of the only guys who actually won a round against Khabib.
Yeah. But that was because Khabib just decided to stand and trade. He wasn't gonna fuck with.
And did you like how he caught McGregor with that punch too? That actually showed a little to me. I don't know,
bro. Listen,
which punch? The one
Tony
Conor with?
Huh?
Which punch you talking about?
Habib, I believe.
Overhand.
It was an overhand
left or something.
It was an overhand, yeah.
Oh, the over.
No, but he was tired. He was tired, man. McGregor was gassed.
Yeah, that's what it was. I think if Conor would have actually taken the fight serious, not been drinking, smoking, doing blow and all that stuff, I think he would have done a lot better. Probably could have beaten Khabib.
He would have knocked him out.
Bro, his cardio failed. You saw in the first round, and I'm not even a Conor fan. Like you guys know, I don't
listen
care too much.
Real quick, Johnny.
I'm not a Conor fan either.
We could listen. I yet again, Giga. I think is the best featherweight. I think the best lightweight in the world. I've said this for 2-3 years now. Outside of Khabib, Islam Makhachev, clear. You could see McGregor versus Islam. You can. If McGregor comes back and wins maybe one fight, and Islam's got the belt, Christmas, this year, winter, you never know. You could see that fight, and it's basically the same fight. It's basically Khabib. Islam Khabib. You can't. They're basically the same.
That fight's not happening, bro. That fight's not happening.
Why?
Unless he has a title or Conor will win a couple fights, but Conor's not jumping in with him right now. Like I'm a Conor fan, but
I'll put it to you this way. No, but I'll put it to you this way. Islam fights next. He's fighting Beneil Dariush. Let's say Oliveira and Oliveira is going to beat Justin Gaethje, and then Islam's got next. I don't think as much as people want to make this a topic, Dwayne, I think you would agree with me. McGregor's not getting a title shot in the summer.
I mean, I don't believe he should actually again, but I mean, at the same token, Uncle Dana's got his pet peeve stuff,
I know. Well, the thing is,
Dana's gonna do this whether or not people like it or not, just because Dana likes it.
Yeah, but he's not getting a title shot in the summer. It's not happening. But
as long as Gaethje happens first, I think it definitely.
Gaethje's gonna happen in April. Watch, I guarantee you that fight's gonna be made in April.
But I think Gaethje will take Oliveira, to be honest.
Okay.
Think so?
Well, we could bet on that.
We could.
We could definitely bet on that.
Hey, really quickly. You guys remember when Jake Paul tweeted Dana White and said, "Yo, if you do this, and that for the fighters, I'm gonna go ahead and fight." Who was he supposed to fight? Like, did he mention somebody that he was interested in fighting?
Oh, Jorge Masvidal, game break.
Jorge Masvidal. Did you guys see
170 pounder?
Yeah, did you guys see Jake Paul uploaded a video a few hours ago actually? And he's training MMA and he was kicking. They actually don't look too bad. His kicks don't look. They look pretty damn good. He just needs a little. Hold on, let me see if I can share my screen. Give me a second.
Yeah, bro, you have to understand though.
Jake were wrestlers in high school.
Yeah, but Jake also never fought anyone his size yet. He's only picked on tiny guys.
Hold on. This one here. Let me share. Let me share. Just for everybody who hasn't seen it. Jesus Christ, why does it look like this? You guys see like a bunch of squares? Or is it?
Yeah, it's it's screen with.
Yeah, that's a bunch of squares.
Oh, hold on. That doesn't work.
Hey, real quick. So,
Yo, Johnny, what are you doing?
I don't know. I'm trying to screen share, but I guess it doesn't work. Whatever. But yeah, just go on Jake Paul's Twitter, man. His kicks look pretty damn good. He just needs a little bit of a twist to the left leg because he's kicking with the right.
but Johnny,
I'm just
he's
saying,
not
man,
going to be able
good,
to compete in the UFC. It's the best of the best.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he was a heavyweight, maybe he's got a chance to like.
Until you invite CM Punk to fight really quick.
Yeah. Well, no, but you know
fight.
what? He would fight CM Punk because CM Punk's a 170-pound fighter.
Yeah.
So
and he won that fight with ease. No disrespect to CM Punk. I give him props for trying, but he ain't got it. At least he did have it. When he looked a little bit better when he fought against Mike Jackson. He looked a little bit better, but I mean that's not saying much because he still got outlanded, outclassed. I think he won like one round, which was a little bit of an improvement.
Question: if you had to predict Jake Paul's next fight, who does he fight? Julius, start with you.
Tommy Fury.
Tommy.
I think Dylan Dennis may get a shot.
I
think he's done with Tommy. I think that fight. I would love to see him fight Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that fight sailed. Because I don't think he'll fight Anderson Silva.
If he's training for UFC, or let me not be one of those guys. Oh, he's training UFC. If he's training in MMA,
they're not. Dana White is not signing.
I just sounded like one of those idiots.
Dana White is not signing Jake Paul. It's not going to happen.
Nah. I think for one fight he does. I think
Bellator would. UFC won't. There's no way.
If Bellator signs Jake Paul,
he already said he would. Scott Coker. I've met Scott Coker. I met him multiple times actually.
Dana White said if he gets randomly steroid tested, Jake Paul, that he signed him. Isn't that what what was the agreement?
Yeah, but because
Jake Paul said that he started it. He said let's do it.
No, but he's gonna have to pay. He's gonna have to match Showtime. It's not, bro. You have to look at the contracts. Follow the money. Anytime you deal with any of these contractual debates, the UFC is not going to pay Jake Paul what Showtime's giving him. It's not going to happen.
Jake Paul was a free agent though.
Oh, he may be, but he's not. Yeah. They're not going to match. There's no way. UFC, bro.
Jake Paul's going to get UFC money. That's what he's going to get.
Yeah, that's the problem. They're not. He's not going to do it. The UFC money is nowhere near what it is boxing wise, but when you're the main event, obviously. So
that's unfortunate, man. That's unfortunate. I like what Jake Paul is doing. I mean, it's a nice gesture, but Dana White pretty much told him go suck it. So you know what? Raising the minimum.
To be honest with you, you have a better chance of Francis Ngannou going over to boxing than Jake Paul coming to the UFC.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, at the end of the day, nobody wants Jake Paul in the UFC either, because who's he gonna fight?
I'm open to it. I'm open to it because I want to see the guy get his ass whooped. So I mean, why not?
Yeah, but he's not going to put himself in that situation.
I'm not going to say put him to Bellator because I don't believe Bellator is a lesser organization necessarily. But I mean, you can put him in get him some MMA fights for real. Put him in, I don't know, even PFL. There's plenty of mid-tier leagues where he can.
Bellator is better. Bellator is better. If he actually wants to compete, Bellator is the better promotion for him.
So do you think he'll beat Dylan Dennis?
In MMA, no. He gets tapped out. Dylan Dennis is
that would be the fight. That would be the MMA fight to make, I guess, to start him.
I think Jake Paul will do a kickboxing fight, but I think that's as far as it goes when it comes to him.
Well, remember, so Johnny, you have to understand the deal that they made. Masvidal told Jake Paul, "I'll put in the contract. We'll fight in the UFC, hands only." So, that's the premise of how all this is, they're kind of just making a new sport. It's kind of like what Francis and Tyson Fury were going back and forth. They were creating a new sport. What did they say? Boxing with Julie, what did they say? Boxing with 4-ounce gloves?
Yeah.
that what it was?
Yeah, boxing with 4 ounce. Bro, are you crazy? Like, what are we doing? 2-minute rounds like females too? Like, what's next? I don't know. You know.
Jesus Christ. That shit is funny.
So
do
the
you
thing
guys
is,
think that happens though? Do you guys think Francis ends up going to boxing?
Yeah.
yeah,
No.
Yeah.
No.
yeah.
No.
I think he's gonna go.
I
Unless he
think
gets
that
I think
man, he's staying.
I think Dana is tired of maybe his management, who's managing him, the past 2 managers. So this guy now and his last one, he's just, listen, man, you're just too much for me. Francis in the past, I guess, showed with his ego that he, that's why Dana was mad at him before he was even champ. But also he's been saying that boxing has to be in his contract. Well, Dana's not going to have to do nothing either.
If he
And
wins, he will.
I in a way, I partially don't think that Dana's going to want to do that. And if Dana does, it's because of that, though. It's because of that.
He has
knows
to.
that this is about to do
Yeah.
it again. It's another McGregor Mayweather sort of deal.
Yeah.
And I would love to personally see him versus Deontay Wilder too. Just
That would be amazing.
woo, that's a fight.
If Francis wins his next fight, he's gonna have all the power because he's got the belt and he's got no contract.
Yep.
But
Yep.
I think he
Free
loses
agent.
that fight, so it doesn't matter anyway. So
Mm-hmm. Yo, so
Francis has,
go ahead, KP.
he's breaking up.
He's breaking.
like, if he wins, have to fight one more time.
Yo,
in the UFC.
Jew, hold
If he
on.
loses,
Start over again. You cut out. Yo, Jew.
I said Francis has a +1 fight in his contract. You hear me? No.
Yes, he's gonna be a free agent.
Yeah. Because that's if he wins, he's the champ.
I don't know if he could. Did he cut out? Is he still talking? Yo, Jew,
He's still
talking?
there.
I can't hear him.
Can you hear? I can hear you guys.
Yeah.
Can you hear
You're
me
in
or
and
no?
out. I think. Oh, he's driving. That's why.
Yeah,
You're in
that's
and
why
out.
he's probably cutting in and out.
Yeah, it's cutting in and out. So, yo, check this out.
Because I'm
Khamzat
driving.
you said what? I don't
Just
understand.
yeah.
It cuts up. I'm driving.
Yeah, it cuts out.
You're
cuts
in and out. You're in and out. But really quickly, Khamzat and Gilbert Burns, man. So that's something that's being worked for UFC 273. How do you guys think that fight goes?
Dwayne first.
Yeah, Dwayne, he's a big Khamzat fan. I think. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
That was his first video on his YouTube.
Yeah, listen, Khamzat, he is a good prospect. At the end of the day, we don't know, the whole story on him yet because he really hasn't shown much octagon time, which at the end of the day, you can't even knock that. That is something that he does hold as his own thing. Like, I mean, this dude is putting people away. Gilbert Burns, he's a stud, man, for years. This dude's been in the UFC for a very long time. He's definitely a UFC vet, definitely accomplished. I do feel bad that he hasn't won the belt, unfortunately, but this dude's solid top 5 for years. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, man, I do see Khamzat stopping him. And I tell you, I do see this being stopped, not necessarily on the feet, but TKO. I think that Burns is not going to want to grapple him. And I think that, in a way, Khamzat knows that his grappling might be like a Khabib type, and he's going to control a jiu-jitsu guy. So,
you think he beats Burns? I don't know, because Burns is a top welterweight.
I just think that he's a little bit too tall for Burns. I believe that they might be equally matched in power, but I believe that Khamzat's a little bit too lengthy for him, and still has that power that Burns has. So if Burns doesn't get in close and try and take him down, which is just, I don't see that happening. Mm-hmm. I think Khamzat second round TKO. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So I if Khamzat beats Burns, you think he secures a title shot?
I think he fights top 2.
Yeah.
I think he fights number 2.
So real quick, let me jump in. Dana said Khamzat needs 2 more before a title shot. That's what Dana said.
I don't know, but Gilbert Burns is a top 3 welterweight. So
if Khamzat goes in there and steamrolls Gilbert Burns the way he's been steamrolling everyone, I don't know how. Bro, I say you put him in there. You kick Leon Edwards out of that title fight and throw Khamzat in there. That's how much confidence I have in. Bro, no one wants to see Leon Edwards Usman 2. Nobody. Nobody. I'm sorry. Like maybe Dwayne because he's only a hardcore MMA fan. Like, bro, no one wants to see Leon Edwards versus Usman 2. Leon Edwards has done nothing in the last 2 years. You know, he fought Bilal, the eye poke, and then he almost got knocked out by Nate Diaz, bro. Like, you know, like no one wants to see that. And if you look at the numbers, Usman sold he sold a lot of pay-per-views with Gamebred and Colby Covington. So
Yep.
you know, that's a tough sell. There's a reason why that fight's not signed yet, because the UFC keeps Dana White probably keeps every time he wakes up, he's like, wait, no, I can't do that fight. Like he needs a big win.
How do you guys think, Dwayne? Let me ask you first, because you know I know you want your name out there. Let's see how much knowledge you have. You know, how do you guys think if Khamzat does go ahead and steamroll through Jesus Christ, I lost his name.
Gilbert Burns.
Gilbert Burns. Sorry, through Gilbert Burns, and he gets a title shot. Usman, it would be against Usman, right?
Yeah.
The belt holder. How do you think?
Yeah.
You think he can beat Usman? Honestly, go ahead, Dwayne.
I thought about this fight a few times too, and I mean, Usman does have good wrestling, but I mean, these different fighters, man, coming from across the other side of the world over there, man, their grappling really is different. It's not like an American wrestling. It's not jiu-jitsu. It's kind of like they're about controlling your legs. They're about controlling your whole body where you can't move it. And that is kind of why I think Gilbert Burns is not going to want to take this to the ground, even though that is his strength too, and play that chess game on the ground. I just really think it's going to be a stand up like that. But to get back on that, it's hard. I know he's a hype train, but at the same time, that's what I mean about him not having enough octagon time either.
Yeah.
Like,
let me help you out.
Before I make that assessment.
So Dwayne, really quickly, if I come up to you, put a gun to your head and say, pick one, who are you picking?
The champ, Kamaru Usman.
The champ. All right, cool. All right, go ahead, Adrian. Let's see what you got.
Let me help him out. So first and foremost, you said if he steamrolls Gilbert Burns.
Yeah, if
you remember Burns versus Usman, bro, that fight was over. Gilbert Burns almost TKO'd him. I thought the fight was over. Like he hit him with that big shot. I thought the fight was over. I was like, oh my God, he just took a big shot. He's going down. And then Gilbert Burns is a fast starter. So that's going to be Khamzat's biggest. That's going to be the biggest problem for him is the first minute, 2 minutes, he's got to chill. Because I think Gilbert Burns he's got a lot of power early. But so Gilbert Burns gassed and then lost to Usman. If Khamzat steamrolls Gilbert Burns, I don't know how you don't have him as the favorite, to be honest with you.
Against Kamaru Usman?
Yeah, I honestly think he'll be a favorite.
I don't know about that, bro.
He's already the favorite.
Listen, I know.
No.
Burns
against Usman.
Wait, say that again.
I'm saying if Khamzat goes in there and I said steamrolls, I'm talking goes in there, beats him up striking, takes him down, and just pounds him out, bro. That's a dominant win. And I would not be surprised if he would be. I think he would be a favorite, slight favorite against Usman.
I don't know. I mean, you could be right. I mean, Usman is what, 36, 37, something like that?
He is older.
Yeah,
and apparently there's reports that he's having a really tough time making weight. So he wants to move up.
You wouldn't want to see Khamzat in there with with Colby Covington or anything like that before.
No, I don't want to see that
fight.
I
would love that fight.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, right? I would want to see him in there with at least Colby.
Colby's. I don't want to see it because the problem is
he's gonna steamroll Colby.
No,
Colby's
gonna. Colby. The problem is if it wasn't for Usman, he would be the champ. Colby, it's unfortunate where he's at because when you lose to the champ twice, that you're kind of stuck in limbo, like you're a gatekeeper to the title to a title fight. You know, I say let Cole. I would rather see Colby just make money and fight. You know, fight Dustin Poirier, fight Nate Diaz. Give him like an easy. Give him like a high profile fight against a name. He doesn't need to be fighting any of these like top competitive guys. You know what I mean? Because no matter what, like if he fights Khamzat and beats him, you just, you know, like who else is Usman gonna fight if not Khamzat? Like the weight class is not that deep.
No,
you know?
he
and he already beat
he's
everybody.
Going to.
So
He's
that's
going to
the thing.
because I think he fights the winner of the Burns and Khamzat fight anyways. So
no, I don't know. I'd rather, you know what? Honestly, if it was up to me, feed Leon Edwards to Colby. Colby will beat him pretty easily.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather save Colby for a big fight. I'd rather not see him fight Khamzat.
Okay, why is that?
As I said, because I want to see some new blood in that weight class.
Okay.
No one's. I think Colby and Usman are the clear best.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said, I like Colby. I think he's a marketing genius. He's an excellent fighter. It's just unfortunate that he lost to Usman again because it would have been nice to see a trilogy between those guys.
It would have. I agree.
It would have been excellent. It would have been a perfect trilogy, you know. But I think Colby's pace is just too much for anyone that's not Usman.
Okay. Yo, KP, you back? I don't know if he can hear us. I see him.
Yeah, I had to get off the road.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you? Can you hear us? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You can't hear me still?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Okay, I will hear you loud and clear. All right. So what we were talking about was Khamzat versus Gilbert Burns. That's a fight that's being worked up for UFC 273. And
I think it's signed. Just so you know, I believe it's signed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a fight that's already signed. So we were just pretty much like reacting to it. Tell me your thoughts on that fight.
It's a great fight, man. I haven't honestly watched a lot of cards. How to pronounce his name? I don't want to butcher his name, but I haven't watched a lot of his fights. So I did see what you guys talk about in the group chat about him and hype him up and stuff, but I don't know too much about him, honestly.
You don't know about Khamzat?
Yeah, I haven't watched too much of him. Like I see fighting are really, like I've seen like his last fight or highlights, but the level of competition he's fighting is like lower level local MMA guys in the UFC. He's not fighting anybody. I can't tell you what I think him and Gil will look like. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like an honest, because he hasn't fought nobody. Gilbert is his first like legit opponent, and if he can beat Gilbert, then hell yeah, he's everything they're saying he is. You know what I mean? But right now, it's all speculation, and we're going off the eye test. We're not having fighters prove it no more. We're like he's a thing, but he hasn't fought nobody.
Yeah, but Julius, it's kind of like the Andrade argument in boxing. No one wants to fight him. I mean, and I don't think Andrade is legit. So we can do a whole podcast on me shitting on him, which would be pretty easy. But
oh my goodness.
None of these guys want to fight Khamzat, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't. Dwayne, outside of these
high risk,
low reward.
Okay,
yeah.
But it's MMA though. It's not boxing.
Another jab at boxing.
That's the difference. No, but that's what I'm saying. This isn't boxing, and UFC. This is rare where one guy's just getting ducked by the whole division.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So
well, he's gonna get his opportunity. I mean, he's got Burns. He earns. He steamrolls him. He gets a title shot against Usman. And hey,
yeah.
Well, hold on, whoa, wait.
Uh-oh.
Why does he automatically get a title shot when Leon is the clear deserving title shot? Like, what do you want?
Why is he clear? Why? Because a no contest.
Isn't he on like a 9-fight winning streak? Like, what the hell?
Who'd he beat last?
About?
Who'd he beat last? I don't care. You can have 12 fights. You can have 15 fights. Who'd you beat?
Who has Khamzat beat? You can't.
Khamzat's getting his opportunity now.
Wait. Johnny said, listen.
Isn't Burns coming off a loss? Isn't Burns coming off a loss?
Yeah, I mean he's ranked number 2 right now.
No, he beat Wonderboy. He beat Wonderboy.
Okay.
He's ranked number 2 right now at welterweight. He steamrolls through him. He deserves a shot at Usman.
Okay, bro, Johnny. Who's ranked number 1? Who's ranked number 1, Johnny?
I'm not sure who's ranked number 1.
It's probably Leon or Colby.
Kobe.
Let me check.
No, it's Kobe. It's Kobe.
So they have They have Burns ranked over Leon.
Yes, it's Colby's 1. Gilbert Burns is 2. Edwards is 3.
That's crazy.
But what is crazy, bro? What has Leon done since COVID? He fought
Hey,
Bilal.
come on, man. Y'all can choose. Hey, there's too much picking and choosing going on, man.
What's picking and choosing? Bro, this is the UFC. What have you done for me lately? He fought Nate Diaz 5 rounds, one of the most boring fights of the year, and he should have gotten stopped.
Yeah, that I still don't get that. Why?
Bro, Nate Diaz is not even ranked. Bro, are you crazy? How you almost get knocked out by a fighter that's not even ranked? Come on,
and it's crazy because Nate just fucking pointed at him and laughed. Like he could have stopped him. That's what pisses me off.
What has Leon Edwards done? It doesn't deserve. No, bro. He already lost to Usman. How is that fight going to be any different? Dwayne, can you please, bro? What's going to be different?
Like
Dwayne's an
so
MMA
many
guy,
years
only
ago,
MMA.
bro.
So what's changed? Usman got better striking. Leon Edwards, he has no wrestling. What is he going to do?
Hold on. So check.
Go ahead, Julius.
But check this out. I'm saying MMA fans love to pick. MMA fans love to pick and choose when winning streaks deserve title shots over bigger name stuff like that, bro. Like if it comes to Conor, no Conor deserves because this guy has won 10 fights in a row. But when it comes to Leon, who cares if he has 10 fights in a row? It don't matter. Like that, it doesn't make sense to me.
Well, it makes
going
sense.
on right now.
It makes sense. You're a McGregor fan, so like you and I both agree him versus Oliveira in the summer is doable. Like it is what it is because the money over everything. Leon's not a money fight.
Dwayne, what do you think, man? What do you?
No,
think?
I agree.
Hold on. Let me get Dwayne's input really quickly.
I think that Kamaru Usman's next title defense is going to be against Leon Edwards. I think Leon's finally going to get it.
He don't deserve it.
He does deserve it. He
doesn't.
No, listen. He deserves it. He also deserves it from this process of elimination. At the end of the day, we can't give Kobe a third fight yet.
No,
just like
we can't.
do Holloway, but we could. So that is the big fight that's looming in the future, for Kobe.
Usman will move up to 185 before he fights Colby again. That's not gonna. I don't think that fight.
It doesn't.
That trilogy is never gonna happen. Leon Edwards will get the fight next, and that's what it is.
I hope not. Well, we'll see because
it all depends what Khamzat does against Burns. If it's a close fight and Khamzat wins it, but it's like one of those it could have gone either way fights, I don't think he gets it. But if he steamrolls through him,
but Johnny,
yes, go ahead.
You have to understand, Johnny. This isn't boxing. These guys fight 2-3 times a year, and they don't do tune-up fights. So
Leon Edwards does not fight 2-3 times a year, just for the record. Just make that clear.
But he fights once every 2 or 3 years.
Usman will though. If Usman goes in there and beats Leon late spring, and make Usman, however you pronounce his name, will fight later in the year. So that fight can still happen this year. This isn't
no, you're right. You're right. Yeah. Khamzat and Burns is I think they're it's looking like it's going to be April, the first week of April. So,
I mean, damn, you tell a guy to win 10 fights in a row and don't give him a title shot is crazy to me.
Yeah, but what is it? Could be 15 fights in a row. It depends who you beat. You can't pick and choose. Like Khamzat could get 10 wins in the next year because he could fight 3 times a year or 4. Well, how many times did he fight? I think he fought 4 times in 2 weeks or something, 3 weeks, whatever it was.
Khamzat's not getting any more fight time like that where he's going to fight.
Yeah, because he's fighting top guys. I know.
Yeah.
But listen, you know what? We all know the fight games. It's a business first. Bad business is Leon Edwards versus Usman 2. That's a bad.
It's just
the fight's not going to sell.
It's just one they gotta get out of the way. Leon deserves it at the end of the day, and I don't see anybody else.
All right, real quick, I'm gonna ask both of you guys this: Who deserves a rematch more, Stipe or Leon Edwards for the title?
To me, it's almost equal because one's got a 10-fight win streak, one just doesn't have a rematch. Period, and he was the greatest heavyweight champ. So it's kind of like an equal terms.
Stipe and Francis has already won one. Stipe, that's not the same.
No, but they fought twice. But what I'm saying is, he was the best. He was the best heavyweight champ So, like, how do you not just run that back? He had the belt.
No,
People forget.
I think Stipe deserves a trilogy. I'm one of the fans that say he deserves it, but the UFC
the point
and Stipe
I'm
are always
making,
bumping heads.
Yeah, the point I'm making is the reason why Stipe is not getting that trilogy fight is because so Francis versus Ngannou 3 is a million times bigger fight than bum-ass England's own Leon Edwards versus Usman 2. No one gives a fuck about that fight, bro.
I think
I put in the group chat, Leon Edwards, his family, bro, even his own family is like, yeah, nah, I really don't want to see that. Like, I don't want to see my nephew lose again. Because that's Usman's easiest fight out of the top ranked guys. That's his least dangerous fight in that weight class. Usman doesn't, Leon Edwards doesn't have the power. He doesn't have the striking power to even get any respect from Usman. Usman just dog walks him. Like, it's like Plant versus Canelo, where he just dog walks him. He's like, bro, you don't got hands, you don't got power to even have me even look twice. So it's gonna be the same style. And if it even gets close standing, Usman easily takes him down and just pounds his face in. The only way that fight is close is if Usman doesn't even take that fight serious. But he takes bro. Usman's the best.
Facts.
He's an argument for the best champion in the UFC.
Yes, sir.
Resonates still wise.
So I'm gonna go ahead and end the live. Thank you guys for being on. Hey, by the way, follow my man Dwayne, MMA Ticket. Everybody that's watching, we had I think almost 100 viewers on here, but now it's only down to like 7 or 8. But anyways, go ahead and subscribe to him, the MMA Ticket. Check him out. He's gonna be on here a little bit more often. And I'm gonna holler at y'all. Good night. Peace.
Thank you, everybody.
Peace, guys, man.
All right, bro.